Welcome to C++. So I'm gonna show you how to install the tools that you're gonna need, or the tool that you're gonna need to be able to run your C++ applications, right? So we're gonna install what is called an IDE, which is shorthand for Integrated Development and Environment, right? So basically it's the it's the it's the tool that we need in order to format, or in order to give us the correct format of the of each statement that we're going to write in C++. Just like with just like a letter, right? It has a specific format that it has to follow, right? So it's the same thing as with programming languages. There's a specific structure or format that it has to follow. And the tool that we can use to write and make sure that we're following that format is what we call an integrated development environment. So that's what we're going to install. So which integrated development environment we're going to install? We're going to install a free one called codeblocks. So all you have to do is open any browser of your choice and type codeblocks download. And then press enter. And then you click on the very first link. If you see if it says www.codeblocks.org, that's the right website. Click on downloads. And then since I'm using Windows operating system, I'm gonna download the Windows installer. But there's also for Linux and Mac OS. So I'm gonna click here where it says Windows XP or Vista or 7 or 8.x or 10, because I'm using a Windows operating system. So I'm going to click on Windows, and then the one that we want is basically the IDE that is the whole package, right? So it has the compiler. It comes it not only comes on it with this like on its own. It also comes with the compiler. Which version is that? It's the MinchW setup. That's the one that we want to download. And this one, mind you, it's 64-bit. So if you know you're using a 64-bit operating system, then you download this one that I'm going to download right now. If you're using a 32-bit, then you'd rather download this one, the one that says MinchW 32-bit setup.exe. So how do you know which bit are you using? Are you using 32 bits or 64-bit? So let's check. All you just have to say, you can just say about. So you search on your operating system. You open the search and then you search about your PC. It just gives you information about your PC. And then as you can see, mine is 64-bit. And it can be abbreviated as x64. So it's 64-bit. So that's why I'm going to download that one. This one, by default, 64-bit, because my operating system is 64-bit. If you have a 32-bit operating system, you'd rather download this one. So since I have a 64-bit operating system, I'm going to download this installer. So you can use either website. So I'm just going to use sourceforge.net and then wait for it to load. Okay, so now it is downloading. So there we go. Our IDE is downloading. Okay, so let's wait while it's downloading. It's almost done. That's the nice thing about this IDE. It comes with everything installed. So there's no other thing you have to install, just this. And then you click on it once, So I'm just gonna minimize that. And then we wait for the installer to run. And then you click yes. There we go, code blocks, the latest version. Then just click next, and then you can read the terms and conditions. But I'm just gonna click agree. And then you can either get a full installation, it installs everything, all plugins, all what everything that's necessary, or custom, whatever. There's different versions, but I'm gonna just click full. So I'm gonna click full and then say next, and then don't change anything. Just click install. And then now it's gonna start installing. As you can see, it has created a desktop shortcut. So while that's installing, I'm gonna need to come here and download a specific file. So I'm gonna type to change the theme for my code blocks. It's a little bit complicated, but yeah, just bear with me. No code blocks, dark theme download. So we want the dark theme, right? So you're gonna, if you do want, this is just extra steps, but we're actually done with installation. I'm just waiting for it to finish installing. That's all you have to do. What I'm doing right now is just extra. I'm just being extra work. So you're gonna click this one, which says virtual menu or virtual menu, code blocks themes from GitHub. I'm gonna click that link, and then you're gonna click the theme.config. The .conf, it means configuration file. So just click on it and then click on the download button. There we go. The file has been downloaded. And then I'm gonna open the file where it's located. There it is located here. So let's see how far it is. Okay, still installing. Let's just be patient. It's almost done. Come on. Finish already. Let's just be patient. Let's wait for it to finish. Yeah, I think it's taking this long because I said I want the full version. Like I wanted to install all the tools that comes with code blocks. Okay, almost there. Okay, I'm just gonna click yes. Now it's done. So in order for you to like set up the colors to add more colors, you'd have to run code blocks at least once. And then after running it, you close it. You have to run it at least once. So we're gonna wait for it to open. Okay, we've run it at least once, right? So here's the IDE. So we can also let's create a simple project, right? Remember, this is C++. So we're gonna create a console application. Console basically means that it uses the terminal in order to run the application, right? It's a terminal. It's an application run via the terminal. What is the terminal? Is this thing command prompt? That's the terminal. So it's run via command prompt. So for the sake of simplicity, C++ is a very complicated language, so it's best to start with console applications before you go to more complex applications. So I'm going to click on console application, and then I'm going to click skip this page next time, and then next, and then choose C++ because we're doing C++, not C. Then next, and then give it a name. I'm gonna call it hello world, right? And then I'm gonna click, you need to click this in order to choose which folder you're gonna save your projects in. You have no other choice but to choose a folder. So I'm gonna save under documents, and I'm gonna create a folder. The folder, I'm gonna call it code blocks. Okay, let me just say C++ projects, right? It's going to be saved inside that folder, the C++ projects. So you just click next when you're done. Don't change anything. This is the compiler that we used, GCC compiler, and then done. Then you double click on sources, then you double click on main.cpp. Okay, but when you start using this IDE, you won't have these themes, all these colors, you won't have them. That's why I was downloading that separate file, right? When you start, it's gonna be, let me see, editor. Let me put it back to how it's gonna look when you start. So syntax highlighting and go back to default. Yeah, it's gonna look something like this without this part. Yeah, it's a bit different because I did add those new themes. But when you start, it's gonna look like this. This is the default color, which is a very mundane and boring color, right? You need to add some flavor to your life, So you're gonna download those, we're gonna add those themes. So how do we add them? So after you've done this part, right, you just close. Since I've already installed code blocks again, you don't show that option. Since it was already installed and I installed it again, you don't show that option. But when you exit code blocks, there's an option that's gonna show here. You just need to say, you need to click on that box and say accept, and then just say yes. I think it's gonna ask you yes or no, but yeah, just say yes and then close. That's very important, that part. You need to say yes the first time you use code blocks. You must say yes, it's gonna ask you to create, it's gonna ask to create a default config. So just say yes or just accept when you close code blocks for the first time. So once we're done with that, now we are sure that there is a default config file. So now what you need to do is you need to open here and say cb share code blocks share config. You need to open this and then press enter. So it's gonna look the same throughout, even if you're using a Linux operating system or a Mac OS operating system. And then the destination file is we want the default config file. On your computer, since it's your first time using code blocks, the moment you click this part, it's going to show a default.conf. Click default.conf and then choose that one and then click open. Here it's not showing because it's not my first time doing this. So I would have to look for it. So just give me a second to look for it. Is it Minj W or share? Let me see. Okay, so let me do this. Let me say percent. No, it's percent. No, it's opening the wrong thing. Do, 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 do. Show hidden items. Yeah, I wanted to show even hidden items. So I'm gonna click here. On my laptop it's a bit complicated, but mind you, you don't have to do this. You're done with the installation, everything is fine. These steps that I'm showing right now, they're not necessary. So I think I should go to program files. Is it program files? No, I don't think it's program files. I think it's program data. No, it's not program data. Let me see. Let me go to users and then this user and then app data. I think it's local. Okay, it's not local. I think it's a roaming. Yeah, roaming. Yeah, it's a bit far, but yeah, I found it. There it is default.conf. So the first time you open codeblocks, once you've done everything, the first time you click this button, let me show you. When you click this button, if it's your first time having codeblocks, it's going to send you directly to this folder. All you have to do is click default.conf and then click open. There it is. There's the colors that are there. On mine, it's already updated because it already has those colors. I already did the step. Then for the source configuration file. So all we're doing right here, we're just transferring the colors that we downloaded to this default folder, this default colors file. So you're gonna go to the downloads folder or where you've saved it. It's obviously gonna be in the downloads folder. Go to the downloads folder or downloads directory. Click the theme.conf file and then click open. And then there they are. There they are, the colors. As you can see, the colors are already there. But if it's your first time, you're gonna have to click every single color like this. Select every single color. Select, 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 select. You must select everything, every color. And then you click transfer. After saying transfer, it's gonna say, are you sure you want to transfer the selected nodes to the destination? Just click yes. And then it's gonna say yes, it has been successfully updated. Then you click OK. And then you click save to save the changes. Then you say yes. And then you say OK. And then you say close. And then now you can delete your file, the theme.conf. You've successfully added the new themes. And then you double click on your IDE to run it again and see if it did add the changes that we added, like the new themes and the new colors. So these are my recent projects, right? So I'm just going to open, remember that Hello World program that we created? That very same one, I'm going to open it again. So click here. There we go. You see, it has new colors now. If you like this color that's already there, you can leave it. But me, I like KFT. It's KFT2. That's the color theme that I like. So KFT2, this one. This is my favorite, my personal favorite. So I'm gonna use this color theme. And then you're done setting up the environment. Now let's run and see if it is working. Remember that it's a console application. It's gonna run via this thing called a command prompt, this black thing it's gonna run via this thing. So let's run it. How do you run it? You're gonna click this button, build and run. So you're gonna click build and run, and then you wait. The console or the black thing is gonna pop up. There we go. There's the hello world. So we did install it properly. We can now start creating very powerful and complex C++ applications. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video or in the next session.